Good morning, Janet and Jody and Natalie, EDCI 700 L5Z. Dr. Palermo with your week 6 message and all about preparation for face-to-face weekend number 2, October 5th and 6th down east. Preparing for this road trip, field trip down east to Dixon and Southwest middle schools. Please note the times and places here. Jody and Natalie, would you please check to see that those Google Maps are correct and that I'm sending you to the right school? Janet, it is a long drive down 40. I'm calculating about 2.5 hours that I plan to do on Saturday morning to arrive at Dixon by 9 a.m. But whatever you can work out, thank you, Janet, for being flexible, and you're making the longest trip on this field trek. I will bring copies of the tools, but if you have a clipboard that you can use while we're doing these walkthroughs, we are doing true qualitative research in these walkthroughs through Dixon and Southwest middle schools. So how do you prepare for a qualitative research expedition? I'm going to suggest that you need walking shoes or something comfortable, because we're going to make a couple of circles of the school. Water bottles, a clipboard. I think you want to be light, and so Jody, Natalie, if you can find a conference room where we can meet, park, and have a pre and a post meeting. I think 2 hours is going to be enough time, but we'll see how this all works out. At any rate, we are to meet at Dixon Middle School at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. We will not be at Goldsboro at all on Saturday. We're going to do Dixon Middle and then lunch and Southwest Middle. I hope a debrief after that. And then I do have a room booked Saturday night back up in Goldsboro. And Janet, that's how I'm going to do it. This is week 6, and what else is happening in week 6? You should be finishing, if you've read the first couple of chapters of Friedman and Mandelbaum prior to this weekend, that will be good. I'm going to do an introduction that covers chapters 1, 2, 3. We have jigsawed the rest of the book for session number 3, our face-to-face number 3, and you're going to do presentations. For this week, you should have read That Used to Be Us, and if you can get through the first couple of chapters, you'll see that I'm going to do an introduction. Also on the agenda, you should have finished Good to Great. Bring both of these books, please. We're going to spend time in those books on Sunday morning. You do not need to bring a copy of Morgan with you. Brain is the metaphor for this week, and we can talk some more about that if you want. I hope you have looked at the cultural walkthrough protocols, both the information and the assessment tool. I have already printed and made copies of all of those for us. You shouldn't need to do any copying, but make sure you're familiar with that. And I would ask that you do bring your OA and CDP in progress this weekend. Something I just kind of came across. Culture Eats Strategy for Breakfast, Lunch, and Dinner. That's, who did they say that was? I'll get you a name for that in a minute. Weekend 2, here's a repeat, including a copy of the lesson plan where I think we're going on Sunday. More copies of the walkthrough. Do please bring Good to Great. You don't need to prep that in any way. I do hope that some of this Good to Great language will be helpful to you in your organizational analysis, but I'm going to cover the concepts that we will review on Sunday. No prep necessary for Collins. I'll do that. I have prepared a PowerPoint and a little bit of an introduction to That Used to Be Us, which I hope you will see is my model for your Prezi and your engagement, and then you will be doing text facilitation with your section of Friedman and Mandelbaum in session 3. It says a 90-minute presentation. I'm going to do about 60, so there you go. And yes, if you can, please do bring your work in progress on the OA and the CDP. You're to post something next week about that. No discussion board posts in week 6, I'm going to incorporate some of that into our face-to-face learning, and nothing to write before you meet with us this weekend. That's all. Do bring your OA and CDP in progress. Do bring your dissertation proposal work. I do hope, at least over lunch on Sunday, that we're going to spend some time talking about those. Do bring the Collins, Friedman, and Mandelbaum books, please. And do bring yourselves. And I hope that this is going to be a great walkthrough. Feel free to share those tools and walkthrough protocols with others at your school if you choose. I don't know whether principals from Dixon or Southwest would like to join us for a walkthrough. This is wide open. You make it whatever you want, and I do hope that it will give you good data that you can then add to your organizational analysis. I may do something else later with this type of qualitative research, but again, thank you for arranging 2 sites so that we can kick this off. And Janet, we'll have to figure out whether you want to incorporate any of this into your OA. No obligation. That's what I got. I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Please call or write or text with any other questions in the meantime. I'll be reading and responding to your discussion board posts today and tomorrow. Thank you.